Alright, Loguetown, baby. It starts off with Nami talking to a newsbird. She's arguing with the newsbird because the newsbird has raised their prices, and Nami's being Nami. And in the world of One Piece, this is how the newspaper gets delivered. These seagulls or these birds just fly around everywhere and drop off newspapers to everybody. This is how the newspaper gets delivered. This is how wanted posters get delivered. Show Usopp right there making his Tabasco star. Luffy knocks into him and accidentally spills the Tabasco star all over his eyes. And it's pretty funny right there. Sorry, Usopp. And the reason why Luffy bumps into him is because he's arguing with Sanji. Because Luffy wants one of Nami's tangerines. Nami, when they leave Kokoyashi Village, they put a tangerine garden on the Going Merry, and I think it's pretty dope as shit, man. Like, I love the subtle moments. I love the subtle moments in One Piece. I could watch the Straw Hats just travel from island to island. One Piece is always known for its big fights and its big villain fights, but my favorite, if you ever ask me, my favorite are moments like these, where the Straw Hats are just traveling and just doing their thing. I could watch the entire anime, could just be them traveling, and I could watch it. I love it. So Nami gets her paper, and as she's reading the paper, something slips out. Oh shit! Cuts to a building of Marine captains having a meeting about how badass Luffy is. And they're basically talking about his wanted poster and all that good stuff, right? Just like, they're talking about, yo, this pirate is on the rise, man. And he's out here just whooping ass, doing his thing. And that's when they show like a little montage of like his loved ones or the people he's come across. Because everywhere Luffy goes, he leaves an imprint on people, right? And they show Kaya seeing Luffy's wanted poster. Kaya was from Usopp's village, Syrup Village. She also notices that Usopp's in the background. They also show Kobe is right there, and he's also looking at Luffy's poster real proud. They also show the Baratier, and the Baratier has the wanted poster hung up in their main dining room. It cuts back to the Straw Hats, and then Luffy's right there just laughing at his wanted poster, super proud. Way to go, Luffy. Round of applause. And as Luffy, Usopp, and Sanji are sitting there celebrating like a bunch of goofballs, they show Nami and Zoro. They know what's in stake with Luffy's bounty poster. That means danger. Like, he's wanted now. That means he has a target on his back. So they know this. And that's when the Straw Hats encounter that Iron Fist guy from the Baratier. Iron Fist full body. Nobody gives a fuck about him. He's like, at this point, he didn't got his ass beat at the Baratier, so he's down on his dumps, right? He's looking like a loser to all the Marines. So he's trying to get back. He's trying to get back to the status of where he was. And that's when they cross paths, and then he tries to attack him. And Luffy's like, all right, let's get it then. They try to fire a cannonball, right? That's when Zoro's like, nah, leave this up to me, Cap. I got this. And that's when they shoot a cannonball. But, Zoro does what he does, and he slices that bitch in half like a badass. And that's when they try to pop off again, right? But because his ship's all fucked up from Barate and all that good shit, like, their cannon malfunction and it just explodes. And that's when Iron Fist does a dipshit move. This is when he does something real fucking stupid. He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go and try to attack this guy myself. Full body socks him. Bop! And Luffy's head snaps back. Luffy's like, all right, back at you, bitch. And he just whips his head back. Pop! Pops that boy. Cracks that boy. And that's when Sanji shows up. You got the balls to start shit around lunchtime. I should kill you. Then he runs off like a little bitch. Hope we never see you ever again. The next scene shows Hawkeye arriving at an island. He tells one of them, like, take me to your leader. And that's when they show the boys, Shanks' crew, chilling right there in the jungle, just chilling. And that's when Mihawk shows up. And Shanks like, what up, bud? You trying to fight? And Mihawk's like, nah, man, you lost your arm, bro. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? You lost your arm. It ain't the same. That's what Mihawk tells Shanks. That he recently ran into a young goofy boy. And it reminded him of a story he used to tell him about a boy from a strange village. And that's when he's like, Luffy, you made it. And that's when Shanks tells him, hey, I can't let you leave now. And then they show them sipping drink. It's a celebration, bitches! Listen, guys, I love this scene, man. Like, they always show Shanks as like this serious guy, this mysterious guy. My favorite parts is when Shanks is acting like a goofball, you know what I mean? And he's like, drink up! It's like, drink up! They also show Fuchsia Village celebrating Luffy. Luffy's wanted poster. It's a big celebration. Luffy's made it. Luffy has made it to the big leagues, guys. This is a celebration. It's back to Nami telling the boys that they're close to the Grand Line. And the only way through is through Reverse Mountain. Luffy tells him, hey, yo, that's good and all, but we need food. AKA meat. And then he's like, man, fuck all that. Let's just sail straight through that bitch. Let's skip Reverse Mountain. Let's do all that. Let's skip Reverse Mountain. Let's sail right through it. And Nami's like, okay, that's good about the restocking. We could stop at a place called Loguetown. She tells him, hey, Loguetown is like the last stop before the Grand Line, before Reverse Mountain. And they show Zoro. And that's when Zoro says he's heard that name before. And he says that that's the city of the beginning and the end. It's called that because of the pirate king called Gold Roger. Well, Gold Roger at this point. And it's called the city of the beginning and the end because that's his hometown. That's where he was born and that's where he was executed. But more importantly, that was the beginning of the pirate era. When he was executed, it started the whole pirate era. They show the Straw Hats arriving at Loguetown to stock up on supplies before they reach the Grand Line. You know, food for Sanji, clothes for Nami. Zoro wants to find a sword shop. Usopp wants a whole bunch of trinkets. You know, Usopp's a god. He does whatever he wants to do. A bunch of weapons and all that good stuff. And Luffy wants to see where they killed the king of the pirates. And that's when Luffy runs off. And Usopp's like, whoa. Yeah, get used to it, Usopp. This is what Luffy does, baby. Show some of the Straw Hats shopping. You know, they show Nami buying clothes. And they show Usopp in one of the trinket shops. Cuts to a Marine getting info that Monkey D. Luffy is headed to Loguetown. And that's when he tells his superior. And enter Smoker. Let me tell you guys something about Smoker, man. Aesthetically, like, this dude is like one of my favorite looking characters in One Piece. I love the double cigars, the double blunts. That's where I kind of modeled my logo after. I put the double blunts on that fucking Jolly Roger right there. But he's the main Marine at Loguetown. And that's when another Marine walks in and says that the Straw Hats are on the island now. They're in fact on the island. It cuts back to Nami, and as she's shopping, she's also receiving info about Smoker as well. You know, that he has main jurisdiction on Loguetown. He's the main captain of Loguetown. You know, Loguetown used to serve as a pit stop for pirates, you know, before they reached the Grand Line, until Smoker arrived. And he just cleared all them boys out, man. He done whooped all their asses. He done cleared out Loguetown. It's clean of pirates. Any pirate that stops at Loguetown usually gets caught by a Smoker and arrested. You know, I mean, he does his job very well. And this lady also tells Nami that Smoker has devil fruit powers. And then they show Luffy at the ports. And that's when Luffy and Smoker cross paths. But Luffy doesn't know shit about Smoker. He don't really give a shit about Smoker. And Smoker don't know that Luffy is Straw Hat Luffy at this point. Remember, his bounty just came out. So he just sees this goofy ass kid at the ports. But that's when Luffy asks Smoker, like, hey, you know where the king of the pirates was executed? And Smoker's like, yeah, just follow the smoke. And he leaves the smoke trail for him. Like, that's gonna work. It cuts back to Zoro sword shopping. Or I should say window shopping. Use a window shopper. And that's when he sees a crowd. He sees a lady getting harassed by two goons. They go to attack her. And that's when Zoro gets ready. He's about to fuck their shit up. But she quickly handles him before Zoro can do anything. Okay. She's sick with it. She's real nice with it. After she handles him, she like trips and falls and drops her glasses. And Zoro's about to hand her them. Zoro's like, if you don't know why he had that reaction, watch my flashback video. She looks identical to a girl named Koina. Watch my flashback video, and when you do, slap that like, aight? And this girl's like, you broke my glasses, bro. It cuts back to Luffy, and even though Smoker left him a smoke trail, this dummy still gets lost. That's when he stumbles across a small little bar in an alley. Old and empty, an old man sitting in there. And this old man begins to tell him stories about Gold Roger. He beat this dude, he fought these two guys, he whooped this guy's ass, and all this good shit. And he reminisces, and he says that back in those days, like, the Grand Line was a very mysterious place. The people sailed and got lost and never came back. He says that Gold Roger was the only person he's ever met that was not afraid to enter it. And he also tells Luffy that he's closing the bar down for good because there are no more real pirates in this world anymore. There's no more bravery. There's no more courageous people in the world. And he's kind of just down on his dumps. And that's when Luffy tells him, like, hey, bro, I'm going to the Grand Line. Shit. I'm going to fight that One Piece. Shit. I'm going to be king of the pirates. Shit. Lil' baby. Later, Smoker walked into that same bar. Mind you, Luffy's already left. And he tells the old man to serve him some rum. He says, I need that drink, baby boy. Let me get that. And he says that today is a special day. And that's when Smoker starts to recall the day that Gold Roger was executed. He remembers how Roger walked to his execution with a smile. And he walked through the town like it was a victory parade. And as Gold Roger stood up there on his execution platform, somebody from the crowd shouted out, hey, Pirate King, tell us where you hid it all. Your treasure. You found it, didn't you? The legendary treasure. And that's when Rogers just laughs.
俺の財宝か。今日から喋るな。欲しけりゃくれてやる。探せ。この世のすべてをそこに置いてきた。
That's when the crowd erupts. Like I said before, that his execution is what starts the pirate era. They show a Marine walk into the same bar and hand out a new wanted poster. And Smoker grabs it and he notices that the kid that he ran to earlier was in fact Monkey D. Luffy.